I welcome all of you to Pune College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Camp Pune 1. Myself, I am Dr. M.D. Pathan. I teach statistics, paper 1, discrete probability distributions and time series. In last lecture, we have studied some numerical problems related with multinomial distribution. I kept one problem incomplete and I ask you everybody proceed for that problem and complete the answer. The problem was related with Poisson distribution. There are k random variables follows Poisson with parameter lambda 1, lambda 2, dash lambda k, and we want to find the conditional distribution of joint random variables x1, x2, dash xk given sum of xi equal to small n. I wrote two steps and then I explained orally how to go ahead. The answer of that question, this conditional distribution is coming from multinomial with parameter small n, comma p1 equal to lambda 1 divided by sum of lambda I, p2 equal lambda 2 divided by sum of lambda I, so on, pk equal lambda k divided by summation lambda k. Today we'll try to see two more examples related to multinomial distribution, and then we'll start your chapter number 3 under the heading of truncated probability distributions. This is your next example based on the experiment. A regular die is rolled 12 times. We have a dice. We know that if you throw a dice, it has 6 possible outcomes. I throw this dice 12 times. Find the probability that each face will appear twice. So question belongs to multinomial distribution since every trial has more than 2 outcomes. Let us see how to solve this problem. Outcome of experiment has 6 mutually exclusive and exhaustive in nature. So we can use multinomial distribution, that is a logic. Number of upper faces on a die, you may get 1 dot, 2 dot, like this, 6 dot on the upper face. So naturally there are 6 outcomes for every trial. So I will define 6 random variables. X1 indicate how many dots appear on the first upper face. So I will count how many times 1 dot occurs on upper face. X2 stand for how many times 2 dot appear on the upper face. X3 stand for how many times 3 dot appear on the upper face. So we have these 6 variables under study. For every variable, we want to decide the chance of getting success. So P1 is 1 by 6, P2 is 1 by 6. I assume that dice under study is a unbiased, fair. So every face has equal chance. 1 by 6, 1 by 6, 1 by 6, total should be always 1. I write formula for multinomial with 6 variables, factorial n, how many times experiment repeated, factorial x1, factorial x2, factorial x6, p1 power x1, p2 power x2, p6 power x6. Every variable begin from 0 to n, all probabilities between 0 to 1, q 1 minus p. Total of the variables should be n, total of probability should be 1. That is a condition on this function. If your x is not taking this type of range, function will become 0, called as otherwise. So I'm going to apply this probability function to solve the question. What is the question asked? Question asked to find the probability each face will appear twice. That means you get 1 dot 2 times, 2 dot 2 times, 3 dots 2 times, 4 dots 2 times, like that. So x1 taking value 2, x2 taking value 2, x6 taking value 2. So I replace the values here and I simplify this expression. So probability x1 is 2, x2 is 2, so on, x6 is 2. By using this result, you get calculations. You can do it manually. It is not mentioned clearly here. But answer is 12 factorial divided by 2 factorial multiply 2 factorial multiply 2 factorial, so on. 1 by 6 raised to 2, 1 by 6 raised to 2, and so on, 1 by 6 raised to 2. So this is the answer of the question of throwing a dice 12 times, and what is the chance to get every outcome 2 times. Now you have the next question, that is the last question on multinomial. You can take help of all these questions to solve numericals related with multinomial. 6 independent observations are taken from a continuous random variable with PDF fx equal to 2x and x is between 0 to 1. It takes value 0 outside the range otherwise. That means if your x is not in this interval, function is 0. Suppose the range of capital X divided as the interval 0 to 1 into 4 equal parts. That means this range of the variable divided into 4 equal parts. Find the probability that exactly 3 observations will come from the leftmost part, 2 from the next part, 1 from the middle, and so on. So this is the question which is related with continuous random variable, what you studied in other paper called as continuous probability distribution. Now I made 6 observations from this function. So this is the range 0 to 1 splitted according to this question. 1 by 4, then half, then again 1 by 4 added, 3 by 4 and 1. So I divide this range into 4 equal parts. What I want to find probability out of 6 observations. 3 will come from the left, 2 from the next, and 1 from here. That is your question. See how it is proceed. We have 6 independent observations from given PDF, which are classified into 4 groups: 0 to 1 by 4, 1 by 4 to half, half to 3 by 4, and 3 by 4 to 1. I will define 4 random variables because my range divided into 4 parts. X1, number of observations belong to the first interval. X2, number of observations belong to second, third, and fourth. So this is the example of multinomial with 4 random variables. So I will have multinomial distribution n factorial divided by x1 factorial, x2 factorial, x3 factorial, x4 factorial. P1 raised to x1, P2 raised to x2, P3 raised to x3, P4 raised to x4. This is a range of the multinomial variable. Sum of the variable is n. Sum of probability should be 1. This is wrong. Make a correction. Total of probability always 1. Now, how to decide P1, P2, P3, P4? P1 is a chance that observation belongs to the first interval. As variable is a continuous, you know that if the variable continuous, probability calculated by integration. So range is 0 to 1 by 4, function under study into dx. So 0 to 1 by 4, function is 2x multiply dx. 2 is a constant taken out. Integration of x is x square by 2. This 2 get cancelled with outside 2. In place of x, put upper limit. 1 by 4 square is 1 by 16 minus function value at lower limit 0. So don't write. So I get first probability P1 1 by 16. P2 probability observation belongs to second interval. So calculation 1 by 4 to half fx dx. Put the function given in the question 2x. Solve the integration. You will get corresponding probability 3 by 16. Very easy, not difficult. P3 third probability. Interval is half to 3 by 4. Solve the integration by same method. Put upper limit minus lower limit at value. So P3 is 5 by 16. P4 probability observation belongs to the last interval. Integration 3 by 4 to 1, 2x dx. Simplify 7 by 16. So 7 by 16, 5 by 16, 3 by 16 become 15 by 16 and previous calculation is 1 by 16. So total of probability is 1. Once you have this all probabilities, the next job is only replace the values of variable. What is the variable? You want to find the probability that x1 taking value 3 from the first interval, x2 taking value 2, x3 taking value 1, and x4 0, because 3 plus 2 plus 1 is 6. We are making observation 6. So fourth random variable not taking value. So put x1 is 3, x2 is 2, x3 is 1, and x4 is 0 in the function of your multinomial distribution. So your answer of probability x1 equal to 3, x2 equal to 2, x3 equal to 1, x4 equal to 0. 6 factorial, 3 factorial, 2 factorial, 1 factorial, 0 factorial, P1 1 by 16 raised to 3. Then you have next probability raised to 2, next probability raised to 1, the last probability raised to 0. Solve this, you will get the answer of the problem. So this is the last question which I was thinking to explain related with multinomial distribution. Today we'll stop multinomial distribution and now we'll begin the new chapter with the heading truncated distribution. Let us see what is the meaning of truncation and then we'll proceed ahead. Truncation stands for sum of values of the variables are not observable during the experiment, but experiment follows all the characteristics of corresponding distribution. If I want to say, there may be experiment which provide every trial 2 outcomes. So naturally, I will study such experiment by using a binomial. But when I go for performing the experiment, sometimes the beginning value, that is 0, is not observable. So I know my experiment follows the characteristics of binomial, but 0 value is not observed in the experiment. So I will not discard entire experiment. I will discard only the first value which is not observed, and for the rest set of values, I will apply binomial distribution. So in such cases, we go by truncation. So after applying a truncation, the resultant distribution labeled as truncated distribution. See the introduction for truncated distribution. Sometimes values of random variable is not available due to some reason. Such values are discarded from the range of original random variable. So truncation is nothing but procedure to discard some values from the range, and for the rest values study the distribution. We study probability distribution of random variable whose values are discarded at the beginning or at the end. So this method to omit, to neglect some of the values at the beginning or some of the values at the end. For the rest of the values, we study the distribution. That is called as a truncated distribution. The resulted distribution is named as a truncated distribution. How to define? It is in general probability xt equal to x. Now here T stands for truncation, truncated random variable. We find the probability of truncated random variable by this definition. Numerator is original distribution which random variable follows. If your random variable follows binomial, On the top, I will write binomial formula. If the original random variable follows Poisson, I will write original Poisson formula on the numerator. What is the denominator? It is 1 minus probability x belongs to the truncated set. That means here we take a truncated values which is not observed at the denominator. What is the range of your variable? X belongs x minus t. Original set minus truncated set. So this is the new range of truncated random variable. So this is the general definition of getting a truncated distribution for any random variable x under study. In this case, I put capital T with a set of discarded values. We study truncated distribution for binomial random variable and Poisson random variable. So in this chapter, we will have two topics, truncated binomial and truncated Poisson distribution. Let us begin with number 1, truncated binomial distribution. A binomial random variable capital X is said to be truncated to left at x equal to 0 if it does not take value x equal to 0. We know that binomial random variable begin from 0. That means the range of binomial random variable is 0, 1, 2, dash dash small n. That is from your first year knowledge. Sometimes this 0 value is not observed. In that case, we think about truncated binomial. What is the example? Very simple example. Suppose I want to study germination power of the seeds. I took 10 seeds and I put in the pot. I will pour the water for 15 days and then I will count how many seeds are germinated. Suppose I have 15 pots and every pot I put 10 seeds. Then I will count in first pot how many seeds are germinated. Second pot how many seeds are germinated, and so on. I observe that in each and every pot minimum 1 seed is germinated. That means I didn't get 0 value in this experiment. But my nature of the experiment is a binomial, because every seed has 2 possibilities. That seed may be germinated or may not be germinated. I put 10 seeds in every pot. So my possible values will be 0, 1, 2 up to 10. But here 0 is not observable. Even though experiment is a binomial, I am not able to record 0 value. So that is the situation where I can go by truncated binomial distribution. Now what is the formula of truncated binomial? That is written with the help of this. The numerator is a binomial, original, 1 minus probability x belong to truncated set. Here truncated value is 0. So my truncated binomial formula, original binomial divided by 1 minus probability x equal to 0. How to get this number? In the numerator, replace x as 0. So NC 0 is 1, P raised to 0 is 1, Q raised to n minus 0 is Q raised to n. So my formula for truncated binomial distribution is Pt x equal to x ncx p raised to x q raised to n minus x divided by 1 minus q raised to n. Semicolon. What is the range? Now range will not begin from 0 because it is not available. So range will start from 1, 2, dash dash n. P is the probability between 0 to 1. Q is the probability of failure, 1 minus P. If your x is not taking this value, function returns 0. That is otherwise. So this is the introduction for truncated distribution and what is the definition of truncated binomial distribution. Now on this function, I put certain remark. Remark number 1, truncated probabilities always greater than original probabilities. That means the probabilities with truncated random variable always bigger than original probabilities. So that is the relation here, Pt greater than original P. Why it is so? Very easily by the formula. This is the original binomial probability which is divided by fraction quantity. So any number divided by a fraction become large. That means left hand side become large. And that's why truncated probability is bigger than original probability. Remark 1. Remark 2. What are the real life situations to apply truncated binomial distribution? Just now I had given one example about the germination of the seeds. You may have another examples in the real life. Number of members of family follows truncated with range 1 to n. I study families and I count how many members are there. Now when you study number of members, minimum 1 member should be there. Otherwise there is no concept of family. So 0 never observe. So this is the situation of truncated binomial. Number of children to the parents for every individual follows truncated distribution. Number of seeds germinated in a pot follows truncated binomial. So such examples you have to remember in your examinations. Now third remark is, can I say the function which I define is PMF or not? When it will be PMF? If total of probability equal to 1, then it will be PMF. Otherwise, it will not PMF. So you can verify the total of your function. That should be 1. Let us take total of the left hand side. You know this binomial theorem, a plus b to the power n. Summation n choose x, a raised to x, b raised to n minus x. X start from 0 to n. It is the standard binomial theorem. So summation of ptx is summation of this function. This is the constant, 1 minus q raised to n. You can put it outside. So what you get? 1 upon 1 minus q raised to n, summation ncx p raised to x, q raised to n minus x. Your binomial theorem begin with 0. And here it begins from 1. So I will adjust this term. I will start my summation with 0. So what extra term I took here? NC0 is 1, P raised to 0 is 1, Q raised to n minus 0 is Q raised to n. So this is added extra here. So I subtract it. Now summation of this term, according to binomial theorem, it is p plus q to the power n by this result. A plus b to the power n, this a and this b. A plus b power n. So I apply that result, p plus q power n. But what is p plus q? Q is 1 minus p. So p plus q is 1. And 1 to the power anything is 1. So this everything which is I made by yellow mark is 1. So 1 minus q raised to n. P plus q is answer of this. 1 raised to n is 1. 1 minus q raised to n cancel with this. So sum become 1. So what this derivation tells you? This tells you that the function what you define, this function is a PMF because total of left hand side with this range is 1. That we proved under the remark number 3. Now we'll proceed to get mean of truncated binomial distribution today, and then we'll stop. Let X be truncated binomial random variable, mean equal to expected value of xt, t for truncated, e replaced by summation, value of x multiply function of truncated variable begin from 1, x multiply formula of truncated binomial, this is constant taken out, summation with x, n cx, p raised to x, q raised to n minus x. So this will be simplified further. Since summation x, n cx, p raised to x, q raised to n minus x, this is nothing but your binomial mean. Therefore, mean expected value of xt is np divided by 1 minus q raised to n. Small change between your first year knowledge and the second year knowledge. Mean of binomial is np. Mean of truncated binomial is np divided 1 minus q raised to n. So I put a remark. Mean of original binomial np, mean of truncated binomial np divided 1 minus q raised to n. Again this quantity divided by some fraction number. So this as a whole will be larger than original. So conclusion is mean of truncated binomial greater than mean of original binomial. That is to be remembered. So truncated mean of binomial random variable is greater than mean of original binomial random.